live at Bolton FM for the Drum and Bass Show with me, Seb Red, and D-Roll. Now, before we introduce our guest, as always, we've had a track sent in. D-Roll, what is the feature track this week?
So, Seb, the feature track this week was released today on Interstellar Audio. It's one of our former guests, EMCD. It's called Feel, and you're going to hear it right about now.
I wanna know, said I wanna know how I feel, wanna know how I feel when my heart, I wanna know, said I wanna know how I feel, wanna know how I feel when my heart, could I be the one you love? Could I be the one you love? In the morning, in the night, I'll be there to treat you right. Could I be the one you love? Could I be the one you love? In the morning, in the night, I'll be there to treat you right.
Oh, this is a she.
Could I be the one you love? 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 In the morning, in the night, I'll be there.
How are we feeling about this track? I'm liking this one. I might have to grip it.
Could I be the one you love?
Yeah, I love the vocal.
Could I be the one you love? I wanna know, said I wanna know how I feel, wanna know how I feel, how I
Love the
feel
breakdown.
when my heart, could I be the one you love? Could I be the one you love?
I feel like this might be a bootleg anyway. I missed who they said it was at the beginning, but this should be up on SoundCloud tomorrow. Oh mate, most definitely. Be a proper pain getting like sample clearance and stuff for tunes. I don't even can't bother unless I've got a way in or a way of contacting them, so I can at least, like, if I do a bootleg, at least if I send it to them first, then at least they know. Do you know what I mean? Rather than just finding it somewhere online. And
right, time to introduce the guest. Who are you? Where are you from?
Hi. I'm Diligent Fingers. I'm from Manchester.
Come on now. Anyone who's been listening to drum and bass for a few years or been out in Manchester, you definitely will have seen Diligent Fingers. Massive guest locally to have on the show. I'm buzzing to get you on. I actually seen you on I think it was the first ever rave I went in Manchester. About 6 years ago at Sound Control it would have been.
Yeah,
so mad. Yeah, definitely. Don't know where they went. They just disappeared, didn't they? They just fully phased out like 3-4 years ago.
Things just like sort of broke down really. Do you know what I mean? In terms of like a lot of clubs being closed down. Sound Control.
That's what Sound Control were a massive one, wasn't it?
Sound Control being closed down hurt a lot. It really hurt a lot.
Yeah, it did. Because it was busy though. It just got, obviously they made more money off it being flats or whatever they turned it into, haven't they? That's a wounding thing.
Most definitely. But I miss it though because like with yourself, it's the place where a lot of people sort of found me.
Because we were next to the train station as well. That was the best bit. You get off the train and you walk in the club. Do you know what I mean? It's attractive. That's where a lot of people go wrong these days. They can't be bothered going out because they don't want to mooch or pay taxes and that.
That's it. But shout out Foz, shout out Relapse Masters of Drum and Bass. Good few years.
Yeah,
that was
some proper
host
sick
MC
nights.
There for, so,
proper sick nights. Now, obviously, for the people who don't know, how long have you been in the scene for?
It'll be 20 years, June this year.
That's
20 years. Wow. I know, yeah. I'm 22. Come on.
From 2003, getting my first bucket at like
20 years this year.
What's your secret? You've been in the scene 20 years. I'm 22. I don't even think there were that many years between us.
Don't let the dimples and the cocoa butter fool you. I've got years in this thing, mate. I've got years in this thing. Yeah, he should have turned his mic down. Free like sound system days, like free parties to, you know, Music Box, Jillies, Metropolis, like Sankey's, like all of them. Gutter Funk.
So I mean, that's the best thing that with your career, you've actually been through so much that will probably never happen again. Like free parties now, apart from Drop Jaw, like there probably isn't any. Really.
The Daylight Robbery free raves, the Gash free raves, like the BT building. I shouldn't even say that one because that was not notorious. That building ended up getting burnt down. I'll tell you about that afterwards. Phoenix, like what we were saying before, Sound Control. Like, yeah, man. Well, I've got to send a massive shout out to Wilf and people like that, like for getting me on like my first raves and stuff. But 20 years.
Massive. Are you doing anything then for the big 20 years of Dilly?
There may be a North American tour.
North American tour? That would be big.
It's in the works.
I didn't expect that. I was thinking you were going to say, like, we're having a big Manny Bash, but North American tour, fair play.
It's in the works. Also, around that time, it's going to be 2 years of the relaunch of my record label, Spinal Records, and that. So we're going to be celebrating that as well. Like, yeah. It's always weird listening to myself talk. Coming out this year. Hopefully, more. I was just saying about albums on Dread Recordings. I'm still used to the fact that I'm actually signed to Dread.
That's mad. I'm about to say. I was going to ask, is it a drum and bass album? But definitely, if it's on Dread, yeah.
It's going to be a mixture.
Is it?
Hip hop, bit of grime, bit of garage. Definitely a bit of drum and bass on there. I'm going to be rapping on there, singing, as well as my own production.
That's what I was just literally about ask. So you're rapping and producing. I mean, he's doing everything.
I'm greedy.
20 years in the game, though. 20 years in the game.
Stay in the game.
Yeah.
After everything.
Fair enough, man. Definitely. When any of the tunes are ready, send them Bolton FM. How do they do that, D-Row?
SebRedDubs@yahoo.com.
Come on, or DM the page. We'll take we transfer link.
I love I love the Bolton accent so much, man. Back here, I love it.
Definitely. So obviously a lot of the viewers won't know. We tried getting Dilly on a few times, but it's brought down because of different reasons so many times. But we finally got him on the show, and you're doing a DJ set for us, aren't you, today?
Yes, I am. Yes.
And are we going to hear any of your own production in that set?
Most definitely.
Are you going to be spitting over any of that, like within the tunes? So you got any tunes where you produced them?
There'll be a couple where I'm singing.
Yeah.
But the spitting, I've left them out. I don't want to risk things.
Yeah.
I don't want to get you.
We like that.
We
So,
don't wanna get you-
we like it when the DJ prepares a set.
We can't have any swearing or anything like that on live radio.
As I'm sure you're probably part of some cliques around Manchester.
Yeah, the main one I would say I'm part of is Block to Block Entertainment. Like being part of it from the beginning. The other thing I can add to it is I edit videos as well. I can do like music videos and freestyle videos because that's where I cut my teeth doing the club videos for Block to Block.
So did you used to do them?
Yeah, me and Jack Banner, we used to go
Oh,
around.
yeah, I remember seeing all them mad funny videos of people outside the raves. I didn't realise you edited them. This is what I've seen. I've seen all of this. I've seen all of this.
Babe, like, there's a lot of things that I like. I'm in the background.
People
of,
don't even know.
Like, and it's nice. It's nice to be like that. Do you know what I mean? It's nice to be a part of. Because where Block to Block was in the beginning to where it is now, do you know what I mean? Like a massive online platform responsible for bringing a lot of like the new age.
They had a
DJs
boat party at Outlook.
That's it.
They've had sets all. They're doing sets up and down the country now, aren't they? I know they're doing a night in Nottingham. Yeah, they had Jack Banner did Glastonbury sets. It's all man, but it shows about what you can do if you stick to what you're doing and keep grinding. No matter how long it is, if you get there, then you've got there. That's the biggest thing. Have you got any? Like sets where you'd say it's probably the biggest or the best set you think you've ever been part of, whether it's MCing, DJing, whatever it were?
I'd say probably my biggest one was with Indica at Warehouse Project at Concourse. It was just before like all the lockdowns came in and stuff like that.
I bet it were even as well.
It was absolute ram. I think there was 25k total people in there.
It's mad at Warehouse as well. That concourse room, it's a bit like a Printworks, isn't it? Just because it's a big long room, and the sound in there is sick. That's another thing what's sick about Manny now. Everyone were gutted when Store Street closed, but that venue now, I don't think there's a better venue in the UK. Personally, I think it's the best one.
No, definitely.
I don't know how you can beat it.
Definitely.
I'm not liking the tenner double prices though. We're not about that. But they're gonna pay for the venue, so.
There's some big names in there as well, man, and big names to see.
Every name, every biggest name.
Yeah, every single one, and then my boy Boo. Do you know what I mean? To be featured on there regularly.
I know.
Well, like seeing him from when he first started to where he is now.
When I first watched that was the second set I ever went in Manny. It was at South Nightclub, Boo back-to-back Dutter, and I knew the promoter at the night. This was 2016. Them two back-to-back were a wanna. 100 quid. 100 quid. You have to pay that. Just speak to Boo's agent now. Come on.
But
Mad.
nothing but proud of all of them, like Boo, Kaz, Indica, Jazzy, Sallow, you know what I mean? Like, all of them, all proud, nothing but proud of all.
We're only missing Boo and Jazzy off being on our show. I nearly had Jazzy on a few months ago. She don't live in Manny though. She lives quite a bit further on, doesn't she? So,
She's quite stale.
yeah, that's what I mean. So because of the times and with her son, it's a bit awkward to get her down, but it's going to happen. We're getting her on.
You need to get her
Yeah,
out.
she's sick. She's sick.
Absolute jumbo like
Yeah.
definitely. And then after that, I'd say all of the sets, Prolix, Equinox, Paradox, all of the sets at like Relapse and Masters of Drum and Bass, everything that I did at Sound Control, like, yeah, man, that good 5-6 years of being there.
So was you on every time them events were on then?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, well that's why it will be a massive.
Yeah,
Well, that's where I remember you from, so it makes sense.
Yeah, man.
Obviously, I was only 16 then. Obviously, as you can tell, I've always looked older. So, do you know what I mean? So I was only 16, 17 going out then.
Yeah,
Well, that's
you've been through it once,
that's what I mean. That's where I remember you from. Now, with your set today, then, is there a particular kind of subgenre you're going for? Or is it a bit of everything?
A bit of everything, but the main theme is going to be blends. It's all about the blend.
Yes.
That's the main thing that I cherish when it comes to like DJing. It's being able to find two tunes and basically remix them.
Sound like it's a new tune.
Yeah.
There's been I'm sure you've seen out debates on Facebook last week of everyone saying, "Oh, you can't chop, you can't be doing all this chopping stuff." Like, don't get me wrong, it is Edx's thing, but everyone moaning about the chopping stuff. At the end of the day, I don't do it. Like, but it's massive on TikTok. Think how big drum and bass is going. Like, it's from underground. Well, especially you've been in it 20 years.
Yeah.
This is probably the biggest it's ever been since it like kicked off originally.
Yeah,
because it died down for a good few years just before I started listening to it again, didn't it? And then that's when it started, and then it's just popped off massively these last few.
I'd say it's always been growing. It's always been growing. We've had little stints like shy effects in the charts with like Shaky Body and things like that.
Chasing,
LK,
and obviously chasing status.
So we've always popped in and out of like the mainstream, but now it's undeniable.
And now it seems like it's
Completely
into. Well, now it's either grime, drum and bass, tech house.
Yeah.
You don't listen to them. What are you actually listening to? No, no one listens to any of the genres now. That's it. Everyone's locked in, but it's sick. It is sick. So, going back to what you were saying about your label, the relaunch, it's been 2 years since the relaunch.
Yeah.
When was the original launch then?
It originally launched in 2009, just as a place for me to release like my projects. It was mainly hip hop. It was mainly hip hop and garage and like jazz infused instrumental stuff. Because the other groups that I'm a part of as well is Millennium Jazz Music, which is more on the instrumental hip hop side, and then Obnoxious Entertainment, which is our UK collective, like hip hop collective of producers, DJs, and things like that. They kept it running for 10 years and stuff, but at the time, I was kind of dead against the whole like the business side of and contracts and all that kind of stuff. Really, I just didn't understand it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But then 2018, 2019, after taking a bit of a break to deal with like PTSD and my depression and things like that, really started going in hard on like the drum and bass production. And then in 2020, had a couple of run-ins with labels, and that was the point where it was like, right, I need to figure this stuff out. I need to know what is actually going on when it comes to releasing music and stuff. And you know, to really cut my teeth and really get into the knowledge of it, that's where I properly relaunched like Spinal Records. Because before it was just Bandcamp. It was just literally, if you wanted anything from me,
You stick it on Bandcamp, yeah, you don't have to mess about, yeah.
Yeah, but if the core value of any label is for your music to reach as many people as possible,
You've got to get it on all platforms.
you've got to get it on all platforms, and you've got to understand the business of it, and you've got to realise that music is a business, no matter how much you want it to be, just for the love.
Yeah, you've got to.
If you really want to get far, and the principle of wanting everyone to hear your music, whether the fame or the money comes with it, but you want everybody, as many people as possible to hear your music, that's when you really need to get into the business of it. So it's been a learning curve over the last 2 years, but it's been amazing. It's been great to relaunch the label, bring a lot of the older artists back onto the label, as well as newer artists like Fadix. His release is going to be coming out in February, and that called the Connected EP. Big shout to Fadix. To be one of the new cats coming through. Amazing liquid EP.
So that's what we're going to be my next question. It's still a mixture of genres, or is it now drum and bass?
No, definitely
mainly
still a mixture of genres. Like Spinal Records is music with backbone. I want everything that comes out on Spinal to be a reflection of them. Whether it's, you don't have to follow a trend with me. If you do, that's cool. Do you know what I mean? But if you want to try something different, innovative, I want this to be the label where you can feel comfortable to be able to do that. And that, because we hear the talks about everyone doing the same things, the choppy style with the DJ and making the same types of tunes and this, that, and the third. If there isn't a label that welcomes creativity and innovation and doing something different, then we're always going to be complaining about saturation and that. So even though it's going to be harder, because it's better to work with trends, I'm looking forward to what's going to be happening with the label, and there's some absolutely amazing music that's going to be coming through over the next couple of years.
And if people want to send you any submissions then for your label, where can they do that?
spinalrecords@gmail.com.
Cool, man.
Finally got the label email sorted. Finally.
Come on.
If you want to make it easier, you can just send it to diligentfingers@gmail.com. Just send it to me. Make sure you put down that it's a demo in the subject, and just give me a bit of text. Say hello. Don't just send me a link.
Just launch a tune at you. You don't even the emails will pop a random email. I don't even know what's going on here.
I'll be hitting back like, what is this? Is this a demo? Is this just something I just thought I'd send you? All right, mate.
So with your production, what you're doing on Ray Keith's label, do you go for a particular kind of drum and bass, or again, do you do a bit of all of it?
I love it all. I came up in the time of drum and bass and jungle where there wasn't that many subgenres. There wasn't that many. It was all just drum and bass.
Yeah.
You go out to a night and you would hear liquid. You would hear mad technical itch, almost breakcore stuff. You'd hear jump up. You'd hear rollers. Do you know what I mean? You'd hear early foghorns. Because there was foghorns.
Yeah, they were.
Do you know what I mean? You would hear all sorts, and there wasn't a thing about it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, there was a couple beard strokers in the place, as there always is. Do you know what I mean? It was all just about the variety and the creativity of it all. So yeah, man, and that's stuck with me in the fact that I make hip hop and garage and soul and jazz infused hip hop and stuff as well. It's just at my core to
all
just
interlinks
love it all.
in, yeah. You tend to hear it a lot with drum and bass that people have been influenced from like hip hop and jazz, particularly like people who have been in the game a long time because of where it all came from. Now, last question of all before we do get you on the decks.
Yeah.
Where can we find you on social media, and how do we book you for a set, whether it's MCing or DJing?
To book me for a set, it's the same, diligentfingers@gmail.com. Get it in quickly because it is going to change, because Dread is going to be taking over.
Big time.
in terms of like my bookings and managing me and stuff. But in terms of finding me on socials, Google Diligent Fingers. You can find me most places Diligent Fingers. Because I got hacked on Instagram, it's Diligent Fingers MCR on Instagram. And I think that's it. Yeah. Oh, Twitch. You can find me on Twitch normally every Monday, but I'm here tonight. But you can find me on Twitch as well. Diligent Fingers /Diligent Fingers UK. And that, but I'm working on getting everything uniform.
Yeah.
But if you do just Google me, I made a point of picking a name that is no one else has. So you Google me, you just find me. If you Google me, you'll be able to find a lot of my stuff.
Yeah, man. Sound right. Get on the decks then. Let's hear you.
Get on the decks, lad. Let's hear you. I love their accents so much. And shout out to my Bolton heads each and every time, man. I love those guys. Let's get in the mix. Roll it if you got it. Pass it around in the chat. Get your cups of tea and that. Let's go. Thank you, Henry. Some of the blends in this, oh my days. This is going to be a half-an-hour mix. I'm going to have to remember some of the blends that I did, because some of the blends are actually tasty. Yes, Dark Liquid. It's happening, bro. It's happening. I'm going to be in a mankini. Oh. The Twitch fam will know about this one. The Twitch fam will know about this blend. I got a green screen one. Yeah, I'm getting a green screen one as well. I like my long blends, me. No short, quick time business. I want people to enjoy the blend as much as I'm enjoying the blend. Big love to everybody inside the place right now. We're listening to my guest mix on Bolton FM, recorded on Monday live right now on radio. Let's go. It's all about the long blends, mate. Big rollers. I've got to say though, they have to sort out the actual mixing with the recordings, because all they have to do is just turn a couple of faders down and it would have been alright. There should be some clips going up on Instagram tomorrow as well, on the Bolton FM show Instagram. But I'll let everybody know as soon as they go up. Love this tune. Got onto this one pretty late. Nice one, BT. that's one thing that DJs don't do either as well. They don't do teasers anymore. Where they would blend in and like do a teaser tune, but they wouldn't actually let it drop into that tune. They would take it out and let the first tune still run out. You know what I mean? I miss them kind of things, man. Oh, here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? We're now ready for takeoff, so please fasten your seatbelt. We're now ready for takeoff.
Through the mids and through the tweeter.
Hey,
Drum and bass, nothing sounds sweeter. My DJ on the theater. Bassline back to speaker. Through the mids and through the tweeter. Drum and bass, nothing sounds sweeter.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Them can't call me bluff. Them a stand there bout when I act tough. Be sure them life that I flop. My mind strong, yeah, becoming on me stuff. Knowledge on myself, sometimes it be unjust. Nobody try test, can me understand. See everything with me third eye vision. Don't even ask me any question. If you ask me, then me I go mention. Bassline back to speaker. Through the mids and through the tweeter. Drum and bass, nothing sounds sweeter. My DJ on the theater.
listen, yeah.
Bassline back to speaker. Through the mids and through the tweeter. Drum and bass, nothing sounds sweeter. My DJ on the theater.
Yes, Mad Rush. Oh. Again, the Twitch gang know what's gonna go on when they hear this tune.
Never ever felt this way about the things you do to me. Never ever knew you couldn't do without you and me. But I didn't read between your lines. And I didn't know there was no one like you to find. Why didn't I see this before? Why didn't I come back for more? Now I do feel the pain inside. And now
Yes, Cemeterian.
I see all I can do is all I can do is like this.
Apologies if I'm getting a bit too lost in it. Like, it's a good mix. I did a good mix, man. I rate the mix. Hope you bless up, Cemeterian. You just listened to my guest spot on Bolton FM. Absolutely killed it with this tune. Lord Jesus. Hold on. You need my help? What do you need help with? Or do you want to whisper it to me? And I'll check it out after we've done this mix. After this mix is played out. Hold on. Production techniques. I'm back after 20 years plus. Oh, well, I'm getting into tunes. I'm getting into making tunes after this is done. After this live radio show is done.
You know? You know, say once we knock the door.
What's D&B Academy about? D&B Academy, from what I can gather, excuse me, is just a collection of like producers. It's like normally big name producers, and that like breaking down some of their tunes. If it's the one on YouTube that you're talking about, D&B Academy on YouTube, yeah, then it's just a collection of like producers, well-known producers, breaking down some of their favourite songs and just giving away some of their production techniques. I don't know if they do like courses or anything like that. I think they might do, but I've never taken any of them up or anything like that. I just watch the little free masterclasses that they do. Should be able to find some for you actually. I get a couple sent in emails and that. not necessarily drum and bass. But, yeah, from Huddersfield. Yeah, man. Okay.
No one see a person ever do good, living that good life like them should. Just want to see your life come along fall, like you are out zero, see hard one. This is a gap, we beg you remember. Don't let the bad mind bring you under. No matter business, if they chatty, and when them a chat, just get you.
Yeah, man, we're getting into some things. I'm going to be working on some liquid stuff after this week's is done. But I'll definitely talk about some techniques I've got. What program do you use?
Let the baseline swash them and stamp them out. No worry about haters cause them all about this one game, beat them one by one. Just train up yourself in a top coffee shop. Run down the tunnel and make the thing light. No worry about things, just make it on the right.
So
no
much
matter
for the
business, if them chatty, cause when them a chatty, that's how they sketchy.
Just listening to my guest spot on Bolton FM right now. And then after that, we're going to be getting into the charts. Huh? What program do you use, Chemtrail?
No one see a person ever do good, living that good life like them should. Just want to see your life come along fall, like you are Humpsy Dumpsy park wall. Listen ya, me beg you remember. Don't let the bad mind bring you under. No matter business, if them chatty, cause when them a chat, it's a sketchy.
Nicely. You gotta use Logic. So I'll be able to help you out with Logic, no problem. Yeah, I'd have to shout somebody else in regards to Ableton. As I've never used Ableton to actually build a full tune and stuff, so I won't be able to like help you with that. Using both PC and Mac. Simplify your shit, bro. Simplify your stuff. Most definitely. If you've got a full version of Ableton, like bought, then you should be able to get the back version as well. I do all of my stuff in Logic when mixing, mastering. It just makes the workflow a lot faster. A lot faster. You can simplify your things.
All you got to do is
Yeah, I feel you. Dash out, just go into Ableton, bro. Go into Ableton, bro. That's what I would do. I just fully deal with Ableton. Because there'll be things in this new Logic that you'll need to update it to. Do you know what I mean? To like the newest operating system and stuff. Do you know what I mean? And that you might not be able to do in your Ableton, and then there may be plugins and stuff like that that are in the newest version of your Logic, plugins and stuff like that I've got in my version of Logic that you won't have. So I would definitely just go straight into Ableton. That's what I've got. I've got an M1 Mac Mini base model and stuff. If you're only using it for production, you will be absolutely fine. But if you use it like me for streaming, video editing, and stuff like that, get the Mac Studio instead. It's a lot more expensive, but it will last you a good fucking 7 to 10 years if you're good with it. Or, like JD Bryce is saying, bounce stems. I've got the base model M1 Mac Mini from 2020. It's like 700, 800 quid. And everything that you see happening now, I'm doing it on this little machine. But I've had to get like Thunderbolt docks and USB adapters and 2 like 10 USB port hubs and shit. But it's all powered off that M1. Just to make sure you can hear me. 2020 base model M1 Mac Mini. I'm keeping this blend. Oh, that's nasty. Even if I do say so myself. Yeah, escaping. So it's a blend between a dub plate from Epicenter called Take a Sip and a new tune from Simula called Attack Mode. I really like Simula's tune because he's trying to do something different with the whole like jump up sound. I like what he's doing, man. But JD, man, thank you so much once again for the 7 months on the sub. Really appreciate that, brother. You pineapple, you. I'm not telling the chat to fuck off, I'm just reacting to this mix, because this mix is nasty. Beat hot and divine. Oh, locked up like Bama Llama right here, you get me? Where's the air horse? Where's the air horse? Rachel.
So then,
Pineapple.
big shout out to
Hold on.
Diligent Fingers for that one. Coming up next and closing tonight's show is our very own Seb Red, so don't go anywhere. You're listening to
The Drum and Bass Show on Bolton FM with Seb Red and D-Row.
Bolton FM.